let's play this clip of Sean Hannity reacting to the fact that he was beseeching the president to please do something about this whole, how am I supposed to spin this? I mean, wasn't this all just about fundraising? I don't understand what you're doing, Donald Trump. It's not a con if you actually send people in there to overturn the election. Then it's a real insurrection. Now, of course, Sean Hannity's in a tough position here because he wants to maintain his relationship with Trump. So he probably doesn't even want Trump to know that he was begging Mark Meadows to beg Donald Trump to not do what he was doing or to do something to stop this.
And think of what the audience is going to think.
Yeah. So how do you quickly move to the sine qua non principle of being a conservative, which is aggrievement? How is Sean Hannity going to make it about his own personal or ideological aggrievement? Well, it's going to take almost 90 seconds for him to do it. Play this clip.
Attempt to smear yours truly and presumably, I guess, President Trump. Congresswoman Cheney presented one of my text messages from January 6th to Mark Meadows. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I know people don't like it when I interrupt the video this quickly, but I like how he says this is a smear of me and ostensibly of Donald Trump. I mean, the fact of the matter is that all of the people mentioned, aside from the fact that it's quite clear that these Fox News people are basically just the PR department of the presidency, and they need to know how to spin this. And they are, this presidency was so driven by Fox News media that they've got to go back to despite that dynamic, at the very least, none of these people are cheering it on. This is to indict Donald Trump and make it clear that everyone, despite the fact that what they say now, like it was no big deal, it was just some tourists or it was Antifa, everyone in the moment knew what was going on and knew what was required. And Donald Trump, despite that, didn't do it because he had a different agenda. That's the point of this. But it's got to be start off with, it's a smear of me. I mean, there's a healthy amount of narcissism that has to take place if you're going to do even this type of work. But that's pretty healthy. All right, start it over again.
Attempt to smear yours truly and presumably, I guess, President Trump. Congresswoman Cheney presented one of my text messages from January 6th to Mark Meadows. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I said to Mark Meadows the exact same thing I was saying live on the radio at that time and on TV that night on January 6th and well beyond January 6th. And by the way, where is the outrage in the media over my private text messages being released again publicly? Do we believe in privacy in this country? Apparently not. It's not my first rodeo, like the thousands of Hannity text messages released to the public over the years in FOIA requests, other leaks. I am an honest, straightforward person. I say the same thing in private that I say to all of you. Liz Cheney knows this. She doesn't seem to care. She's interested in one thing and one thing only, smearing Trump and purging him from the party. And now she is partnering with the very same people. Interestingly, it's a great question for her if somebody ever gets a chance to interview her. Why would you partner with the very people that are as an evil, murdering war criminal and a crook on top of it in order to take, one last shot at the former president? Now, according to my sources, this is just a few years after Liz and her family begged and begged and begged Donald Trump to pardon Scooter Libby, which Donald Trump did. And in the interest of full disclosure, I'd like to see any communication between the Cheney family, that means Liz, that means her sister, mom, dad, anybody in the family, that they had with President Trump on behalf of Scooter Libby or any other matter. Let's release any and all emails and texts. Liz, let's release your phone records and texts and your family discussing Donald Trump. considering you're so free to release everybody else's. Now, clearly, Liz Cheney has lost her way. She will lose her seat, and then I'm sure probably make a fortune like her father at Halliburton or some other big conglomerate and make millions probably doing next to nothing. And meanwhile, one of Cheney's no-name Democratic colleagues has apparently never watched this program. I will address this. Take a look.
This would be a good time for these hosts to use their platform.
First off, let me say that it's credit where credit's due. I would like to see all of the documents of all of the Cheneys released. Frankly, every document that anybody with the last name Cheney has ever generated that involves our government, I would like to see it released.
Also, all the Fox News hosts.
And all the Fox News hosts, for that matter.
No privacy.
Absolutely agree with his characterization of Cheney going off to make a bunch of money and doing nothing at Halliburton, and it basically, and Daddy being a war criminal, all of that. Totally subscribe to all of that.
Is that what Hannity was talking about in like 2007?
Oddly, that never came up. Also, I would like to examine this quid pro quo involving Scooter Libby getting the pardon. I love the fact that, like, you know, you're complaining about there's no honor amongst thieves.
We did that Scooter thing for you.
The transactional thing, and I can't believe it. This is why we did that.
Trump really gives up all his leverage. The Scooter thing, the putting all the justices on the Supreme Court, really doesn't know when to hold on to his cards.
He just said Bibi didn't even want peace. Now I'm with the Jews against Israel in America. So there's Sean Hannity complaining, of course, that it's not his first rodeo. You know, Sean Hannity, the one who would totally respect private correspondence. I'm flooded with like just a litany of examples where he wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, famously the Hillary stuff.
The Biden stuff. I remember when he was really, really criticizing Julian Assange for releasing all of those private emails and all of those DNC. Nothing to do with our government.
I mean, it seems like he has a closer connection to the administration than Hunter does to Joe. So.
Exactly. But it's not his first rodeo, as he says. Well, let's tune in because, Sean Hannity was sort of doing a disservice to his fellow Fox News hosts because he didn't even mention Laura Ingram's texts and he didn't mention Brian Kilmeade's texts. Let's check in this morning with Fox and Friends, where Brian Kilmeade is on every single day. See what Brian Kilmeade had to say about this on Fox and Friends. Play a clip of Fox and Friends, please.
Well, today here on the Plaza, it's day 3 of our 12 days of giving. And this morning, we're highlighting the USO.
That's right, Steve. The nonprofit is helping send a little piece of home to our service members stationed around the world this Christmas.
And today, they are here to show us how they do it all and serve so many of our men and women.
Whoa. Freeze it. What happened to Brian Kilmeade?
I don't see Brian Kilmeade. He's been replaced.
Oh, it's Kilmeade Wednesday. Who's the new guy that we've never seen? Have we seen this guy before? Who is he, Bradley? Lawrence Jones? What was he? Was he like they pulled him out of accounting? Lawrence, what are you doing right now? Oh, well, I'm just doing the end of the year financials. Yeah. Hey, any chance you can come downstairs and just go out and talk about the USO?
Yeah, fill in for Brian Kilmeade, aka the easiest job.
Exactly. Oh, I don't know anything about the USO. Don't worry about that. We got cue cards.
You don't know anything? Fine. Perfect.
Yeah. You don't know anything about this whole texting of Mark Meadows, do you? No. Great. Even better.
Kilmeade watch.
Kilmeade watch, day 1. We'll see if he shows up.